So in this video, I thought I'll show you one of the things I do as a freelance illustrator. Recently, I was tasked with illustrating a mural for a newly rebranded chicken rice store in Singapore. Chicken rice is one of Singapore's most popular dishes. The mural had to tell the story of the brand, how Uncle Heng set up his chicken rice store many years ago along the street named after a famous entrepreneur named Leong St, and how the owner of a one-star Michelin restaurant, Uncle Fong, took notice of the chicken rice Uncle Heng served. They became friends, and long story short, Uncle Heng eventually handed his chicken rice recipe and brand over to Uncle Fong to continue his legacy. As an illustrator, I had to tell the brand story clearly and visually, and then decide on a look for the mural that would fit the brand as well as the restaurant. First, I worked on the layout of the mural. I had to work within the confines of the dimensions that were given to me. I was also given the opportunity to help with the text so the words and pictures would flow better together. The newly rebranded restaurant had a more modern look with traditional elements infused into it. So I was deciding, should I go with a more traditional look or a more modern look, or a mix of both? And should I use traditional media or digital media? Which would suit the brand best? I experimented with a few different directions. I tried a monoprint with some digital flat colors, inking with a brush combined with watercolors. There were so many options. As we discussed the drawing style with Uncle Fong, the owner, he preferred a looser drawing style over a tighter look. That was great because my natural inclination for drawing tended to be more towards the loose style anyways. But the looser style had to be done more spontaneously. Basically, I had to draw pictures like I would do an urban sketch, from direct observation and in the moment. And personally, I do it best when I use real pen and ink rather than drawing on the iPad, for instance. That left a lot more room for error and redoing. If I did it wrongly, I had to just redo everything from scratch again and again if I needed to. For this scene where I had to draw the location of Uncle Heng's original chicken rice stall, I sat at the new restaurant across the road and drew this from direct observation and with a Fude nib fountain pen. I find that to do a loose urban sketch right, I had to not think about getting it right. Rather, I just focused on capturing the shapes, enjoying the moment, and letting the sketch fall into place organically. And to my delight and relief, that worked, and I only had to do it once. As for the other pictures, I drew from photographs, but in the same way I drew from direct observation and with pen and ink. The dominant color already chosen for this restaurant was this vermilion, and it represented the color of the chili that was served with the chicken rice. So I decided to pair the vermilion with a complementary blue. Blue is a cooler color, so I felt that it will also balance the warm colors that were already in the restaurant. I tried various ways of coloring it with watercolor scanned on a different layer and applied together with my lines. Digital, half digital. I was leaning towards digital coloring because I could control it a bit better. But there were so many ways to color something digitally. Eventually I went with a screen printing look, using textures from this brush set by Lisa Glance. I applied it as though it were a real screen print with overlapping colors and all. It gave me a nice mix of traditional and modern look. And this just came up with lots of experimentation. So that's what I finally went with. And this is how the mural turned out in the store. So if you live in Singapore or if you're just passing through, check out Leong Street Chicken Rice or Chicken Rice with their chili, and you can check out the mural too. So this is one of the things I do as an illustrator. Thanks for watching.